Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. At kung gabi niyo po ito pinapanood, magandang gabi po. So, I am your teacher Jolan. For today's lesson, I will be talking about factoring polynomials using greatest common monomial factor. So, paano nga ba mag-factor ng polynomials gamit nito? So, of course, we will review everything that you need to learn for you to understand this topic. First things first, GCF. Ano nga ba itong GCF? Ito yung tinatawag natin na greatest common factor. And how do you get the greatest common factor of numbers? So let's have an example for that. Example. What is the GCF of 16 and 12? Ano yung GCF ng 16 and 12? Paano po natin ito gagawin? So, are you familiar with the term 3 factorization? Isa po itong paraan para mahanap ang GCF ng bawat numbers. Simulan po natin sa 16. Ito yung tinatawag natin na 3 factorization because there are branches. And what we are going to put on these branches are the factors of the number. What are the factors of 16? So actually, there are a lot of factors. It can be 8 and 2, 4 and 4, 16 and 1. Kahit saan po, basta wag lang yung 16 and 1, pwede nating ilagay sa baba. Subukan po natin 8 and 2. Okay. Ngayon, ang tanong po, kailan po tayo hihinto sa paghahanap ng factors? Magandang tanong po yan. Hihinto po tayo sa paghahanap ng factors kapag umabot na tayo sa puntong prime number na ito. Is 8 a prime number? No. So, ibig sabihin, ipagpapatuloy pa natin ang paghahanap ng factors. Is 2 a prime number? Yes. 2 is the least prime number. So, hanggang 2 na lang po siya. Pero si 8, hindi pa po. So, what are the factors of 8? We have 4 times 2. Is 4 a prime number? No. How about 2? Yes. So, hanggang 2 na lang po. So, what are the factors of 4? 2 times 2. So, meaning to say, 16 has the factors of, isa-isahin po natin, dito ito po yung pinakadulo, 2, sinundan ng another 2, next 2, and the last 2. Okay. So, 2 times 2, 4, times 2, 8, times 2, 16. So, the next number is 12. Gagawin lang po natin kaparehas po sa 16. We have factors of 12. We have 6 times 2 or 4 times 3. Kayo na pong bahala. Pareho lang naman po yung sagot dun. 2 is already a prime number, but 6 is not. So, what are the factors of 6? 3 times 2. Is 3 a prime number? Of course. Ano nga ba yung mga prime numbers? Ito yung mga numbers na walang ibang factor kundi yung 1 at yung sarili nila. For example, of a prime number, 2. Kasi wala nang ibang factors ang 2 aside sa 2 and 1. 3 is a prime number. Kasi wala na rin ibang factors kundi 3 and 1. 4 is for a prime number. No. Dahil may factors ang 4 na 4 and 1 at may factors din siyang 2 and 2. So, hindi siya prime number. How about 5? Yes, 5 is a prime number because the factors of 5 are only 5 and 1 at wala nang iba. How about 6? No. Bakit? Ang daming factors ng 6. 6 and 1 and 3 and 2. So, 6 is not a prime number. So, ano po yung susunod dito? Sinulat po natin yung lahat ng factors ng 16 at isusulat rin po natin ang factors ng 12. Ayan po. So, isusulat natin yung mga numbers na nasa hulihan. So, we have 3 times 2 times 2. Okay. And since tinawag po siya na greatest common factor, hahanapin po natin kung alin sa mga factors ang common sa dalawa. 2 and 3 are not common. 2 and 2 are. And as well as the other one. Si 2 wala ng partner. Dapat kasi yan partner. So anong gagawin natin sa dalawang partner? Isusulat po natin yan. GCF is equal to, or the GCF of 16 and 12, we have first group of 2, dito po, times the second group of 2. Imumultiply lang po natin kung ano po yung numerong magkapareho po sila. So what is 2 times 2? Very good. It's 4. So, ibig sabihin, the GCF of 12 and 16 is 4. Naintindihan po ba natin? Okay, maraming salamat. Ngayon, ang tanong, paano kapag polynomials po ang given natin? Let's say, for example, we have x cubed, y raised to 4, and x raised to 7, y raised to 3, and z raised to 2. Okay. Ano po yung greatest common factor ng polynomials nito at nito? Okay. Ang una pong gagawin, tingnan po natin kung ano-ano yung mga variables na common sa dalawa. X is common. So, isusulat po natin yan. GCF is equal to x is common and y is also common. Pero dito, sa second polynomial, may z po siya na wala po sa first. Ibig sabihin, z is not a common variable. Okay, pero hindi pa po tayo tapos dito. Dahil may exponent pa po tayong ilalagay sa bawat variable. Ang tanong, ano yung kukunin nating exponent? Unang tingin sa first polynomial. Exponent niya is 3. Sa pangalawang polynomial, ang exponent niya is 7. Common factor of polynomials, you must get the least exponent of the variable. The least, ibig sabihin, yung pinakamababa. 3 and 7, alin sa kanila ang mas mababa? Of course, 3, correct. Ibig sabihin, x cubed dyan, or x raised to the power of 3. Sa y naman, 4 ang sa first, 3 ang sa second, and si 3 ay mas mababa sa 4. Ibig sabihin, the common factor of y has the exponent of 3. So, yan lamang po yung common factor or the GCF of these two polynomials. Naiintindihan po ba natin? Okay, mabuti. Bago ko po makalimutan, of course, dapat pala marunong din kayong mag-divide. How to divide? Do you know how to divide? Of course, dapat alam nyo na yan. No? Let's say, for example, A, 10 over 2. Letter B, x raised to 5, y raised to 3, z raised to 2, over x raised to 2, y, and z. Okay, dalawang examples for division. First example are all integers. Second example are all polynomials. Letter A. Kung nagtataka kayo, sir, ano po ito? Ano yung line na yan? It signifies division. Huwag po kayong maguluhan kapag may ganyan po. Parang divide lang po yan. So what is 10 divided by 2? Tama, 5. Very good. Okay. For the second example, we have these two polynomials. And recalling back your lesson from grade 7 on how to divide polynomials, titingnan po natin kung ano yung mga common sa numerator and denominator. Common si x dahil nasa baba at taas siya. Common rin si y. At common si z. Pero ang tanong, ano-ano yung mga exponent nila? Anong gagawin sa exponent? Law of dividing polynomials, subtract the exponent from the numerator to the denominator. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus imaginary 1, meron po yung imaginary 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 2 minus imaginary 1 again, 1. Pero hindi na po kailangan sumulat ng 1 sa taas ng z dahil understood na po na may exponent itong 1. Kaya po tinatawag ito na imaginary 1. So ngayon, alam kong handa na po kayo sa actual lesson natin for this day, which is factoring polynomials using greatest common monomial factor. Number 1. What is the factors of 12x raised to 7, y raised to 2, and z raised to 5 plus 15x raised to 3, or x cubed, y raised to 5, and z raised to 2. So ano nga ba, or paano nga ba kukunin yung factors ng yan? Again, uulitin ko po yung kaninang sinabi ko. Una, step 1, find GCF of the numerical coefficient and the literal coefficient. Okay. Find GCF. So, yun po yung una kong tinuro sa inyo. Una kong ni-recall po sa inyo. Of the numerical coefficient. Ano po yung numerical coefficient? We have two terms here. Two terms. Ang numerical coefficient po ay yung number na nasa unahan ng bawat term. On this case, first term, it has 12 as the numerical and 15 on the second polynomial. So what is the GCF of 12 and 15? Gawin po natin yung ginawa natin kanina, branching. Factors of 12 are 6 and 2. Pwede rin namang 4 and 3. Again, pareho lang po yun. 6 is not a prime number, so it has factors of 3 and 2. And 2 is already a prime number, so hindi na kailangan i-factor out pa. Factors of 15 are 5 and 3. 5 is already a prime number, and as well as 3. Isusulat po natin lahat ng factors, lahat ng numbers yung sa pinakababa nila. We have 3 times 2 times 2. And correct naman po, di ba? 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. 15 is equal to 5 times 3. Ngayon, identify what are the common factors or what is the common factor. Is 5 common between the two numbers? 5? 5? Wala po. Wala, no? Wala. Ibig sabihin, 5 is not a common factor. How about 3? 3. Okay. Good. Pareho po silang 3. So, 3 ay isa sa mga common factor. 2. Wala na. Wala na dito. Another 2. Wala na rin. So, ibig sabihin, the GCF of these two numbers is 3. 3. So, we are done now with the GCF of the numerical coefficient. What is now the GCF of the literal coefficient? Ano po ito? Ito po yung mga variables na nasa term. So, yung variables dito is we have, laro pa po ba? Purong natin ng konti. Alright. Okay. We have x raised to 7, y squared, z5. Dito ko po kinuha yan. Diyan. And x cubed, y raised to 5, and z squared. Ulitin ko po paano po kukuha ng GCF ng polynomials. Tingnan lang po kung ano yung common variable. Is x common? Yes. Is y common? Yes, common. Kasi lahat ng terms meron. Is z common? Of course, yes. Pero, yung exponent na kukunin natin, yung pinaka mababa. Ang exponent ng x is 7 on the first term and 3 on the second term. So, kukunin natin yung 3. Exponent of y on the first is 2 and 5 on the second. And 2 is less than 5. 2 ang kukunin natin. Z raised to 5 and z raised to 2. 2 is less than 5. So, 2. Meaning to say, the GCF is, or the GCF of the literal coefficient is x cubed, y squared, z squared. Okay, huwag pong kalimutan. Una is, find GCF of the numerical coefficient and literal coefficient. Ito na po yun. Now, what's next? Ang susunod po is multiply. Multiply the GCF of the two. Or sabihin na natin, i-combine natin yan. Multiply and combine, although they're just the same, mathematically, combine and multiply, hindi. Because when you say combine in addition, combine, you're adding. Pero based on here, pwede lang naman i-combine kasi 3 times x cubed y squared z squared is parang pinagsama mo lang. 3x cubed y squared z squared. Ito na ngayon yung tinatawag nating the common monomial factor. 3x squared y squared z squared. Okay, buburahin po natin tong lahat. Except lang dito, para hindi natin makalimutan. Ano po yung susunod? Yung susunod is, you will divide each term from the common monomial factor. You will divide each terms by the common monomial factor. So, dito po, divide each term by the CMF. Ito po yung CMF natin. Paano po natin yung gagawin? isusulat po natin ang CMF, which is 3x cubed y squared z squared. Ito po. Write an open parenthesis. Open parenthesis. And what's next is divide. Isa-isahin natin. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, you must know how to divide numbers and as well as polynomials. 12 divided by 3, that will give you 4. X raised to 7 divided by x raised to 3, they are common, and you will subtract their exponent. 7 minus 3, that will give you 4. Y, 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. So, ilalagay po natin yan dyan, 0. Mamaya, i-explain ko anong ibig sabihin kapag may 0 dyan. And Z, 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay. That is for the first term. Do not forget the operation used. Plus 15 divided by 3, 5. X cubed or x raised to 3 divided by x raised to 3, x cubed. 3 minus 3 is 0. Y, 5 minus 2 is 3. So y cubed. And z, 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay. Tapos na po. So, ang next na gagawin natin is we will simplify everything. Especially yung may mga 0 na exponent. Ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Okay, mamaya i-explain ko kung paano. Kukopyahin una, 3x cubed, y squared, z squared, open parenthesis, 4x raised to 4, and y raised to 0. According to the law of mathematics, any number that is raised to 0 is equal to 1. So, times 1 yan dyan. Z raised to 3 plus 5. Another variable which has an exponent of 0. All numbers or all terms that is raised to 0 is always equal to 1. Y raised to 3 and another variable z raised to 0 times 1. Okay, then close parenthesis. Erase na po natin do. Simplify na naman po. Kokopyahin 3x cubed, y squared, z squared, open parenthesis, times 1 po dito. Ibig sabihin, any number which is multiplied by 1 is just a number again, or itself. 5 times 1 is 5. 10 times 1 is 10. So, any number which is multiplied by 1 is itself. So, we have 4x raised to 4, z raised to 3, wala na pong 1, plus 5 times 1, 5 pa rin, y cubed times 1, y cubed pa rin, so y cubed. Okay, so meaning to say, this is now the factor of these two terms, or the factor of the polynomial is 3x cubed y squared z squared times the quantity of 4x raised to the power of 4 z cubed plus 5y raised to the power of 3 or cube. Alright. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig at ingat po tayong lahat. Salamat!